In this session, we will discuss about application technique for implementation of pesticides. Diseases are a major source of crop and plant damage that can be caused by a number of plant pathogenic organisms. Fungi are the number one cause of crop loss worldwide. Viruses, nematodes, and bacteria also cause diseases in plants. Symptoms resembling those caused by pathogens can be caused by insects, abiotic factors such as nutrient deficiency and air pollution. Fungicides, herbicides, and insecticides are all pesticides used in plant protection. Now let's study in brief the first type of pesticide, which is herbicides. Herbicides, also commonly known as weed killers, are pesticides used to kill unwanted plants. In other words, herbicides can be described as chemicals used to manipulate or control undesirable vegetation. Selective herbicides kill specific targets while leaving the desired crop relatively unharmed. Commercially sold organic herbicides are expensive and may not be affordable for commercial farming. The most frequent application of herbicides occur in row crop farming, where they are applied before or during planting to maximize crop productivity by minimizing other vegetation. They also may be applied to crops in the fall to improve harvesting. Herbicides are used in forest management to prepare logged areas for replanting. The total applied volume and area covered is greater, but the frequency of application is much less than. Examples of herbicides are glyphosate, applied primarily to genetically engineered glyphosate resistant varieties of soybean, corn, canola, and cotton. Thiophansulfuron, it is applied to control weeds in small grains, soybeans, and corn, and in conifer and hardwood plantations. Herbicides must be applied safely. For this, it is important to read the label carefully before you apply herbicides. Ensure that you wear protective clothing and equipment mentioned on the label, such as goggles, gloves, etc. Make certain you have the correct equipment for weed killer application. Mix herbicide for pesticide use according to the label using the exact proportions. Several herbicide application methods are available to land managers for herbaceous weed control. Incorrect pesticide application can result in wasted chemical, poor weed control, excessive carryover, and damage to desirable vegetation. There are basically two types of application techniques used in herbicides. First is broadcast method, which can be implemented in two ways, such as boom sprayers and gun sprayers. Next is directed method, which includes spray to wet and low volume applications and drizzle applications. Broadcast applications involve applying a spray solution uniformly over the entire treated area. Kinds of herbicides used are usually selective, such as aminopyralid. Broadcast applications are very effective for weed control and are safe on non-target plants. One of the method for implementing broadcast application, that is boom sprayers, typically consist of several spray nozzles mounted in a row. Now let us study in brief about insecticides. It is a substance used to kill insects. They include ovicides and larvicides used against insect eggs and larvae respectively. Now coming to the last type of pesticide, which is fungicide, that is responsible to cause serious damage in agriculture. Fungi can cause serious damage in agriculture, resulting in critical losses of yield, quality, and profit. A fungicide is a specific type of pesticide that controls fungal disease by specifically inhibiting or killing the fungus causing the disease. Not all diseases caused by fungi can be adequately controlled by fungicides. These include the vascular diseases such as Fusarium and Verticulum wilt. Not all diseases caused by fungi can be adequately controlled by fungicides. These include the vascular diseases such as Fusarium and Verticillium wilt. Diseases caused by other types of organisms, disorders caused by abiotic factors, and insect damage are not controlled by fungicides. Thus, it is essential to first determine the cause of symptoms before applying a fungicide. Fungicides are used both in agriculture and to fight fungal infections in animals. Chemicals used to control oomycetes, which are not fungi, are also referred to as fungicides, as oomycetes use the same mechanism as fungi to infect the plants. Diseases are a common occurrence on plants, often having a significant economic impact on yield and quality. Thus, managing diseases is an essential component of production for most crops. Thus, the need for fungicides arises. Broadly, there are three main reasons fungicides are used, which is to control a disease during the establishment and development of a crop, to increase productivity of a crop and reduce blemishes. Disease-forced crops may produce less because their leaves, which are needed for photosynthesis, are affected by the disease. To improve the storage life and quality of harvested plants and produce, some of the greatest disease losses occur post-harvest. Fungi often spoil stored fruits, vegetables, tubers, and seeds, a few which infect grains produce toxins capable of causing severe illness or even death in humans and animals. Fungicides can be applied as dust, granules, gas, and most commonly as liquid. They are applied to seed, bulbs, roots of transplants, and other propagative organs. These treatments are usually done by the seed company. The goal is to kill pathogens that are on the planting material or to protect the young plant from pathogens in the soil. Soil either in furrow at planting, after planting as a soil drench, or as a directed spray around the base of the plant. Foliage and other above ground parts of plants by means of a sprayer and harvested produce as a dip or spray in the packing house. Generally, foliar application of fungicide sprays usually work in controlling infectious diseases because they act as a chemical barrier on the leaf, stem, or flower surfaces. When the pathogen arrives on the plant surface, it encounters this barrier and is unable to infect the plant. Effective fungicide use requires that this barrier be complete as possible. A spray method must provide the best combination of practical usefulness and good coverage. For many diseases, special attention must be given to undersurfaces of leaves, especially on the lower leaves of the plant. Now, it is important to understand proper timing of fungicide application. Timing refers to when and how often the spray must be applied to effectively control a disease. The first application is usually made at a time close to but before the pathogen arrives on the plant surface. This information is often provided on the pesticide label. In most situations, fungicides are not effective in controlling the disease if the pathogen has already entered the plant tissues. In many cases, specific information about the disease cycle may be needed to time the first application correctly. After the first application is made, the pesticide barrier is established on the plant surfaces. Effective use usually involves keeping this barrier active and complete throughout the time that the pathogen can arrive on and infect the plant. Modern fungicides are developed so that they do not persist in the environment for long periods of time. Rainwater, sunlight, microbial action, and oxidation decrease effectiveness of the fungicide. Reapplication of the spray is needed in many cases to keep the fungicide barrier active. Now let us study in brief application techniques of fungicides in soybean. Specifically for foliar disease control, fungicides provide the best results when applied between Feeks 8 and Feeks 10. Applications made at Feeks 8 or 10 give better results than applications made at green up or split applications in terms of disease control or yield response. If the variety is susceptible and weather conditions are highly favorable throughout the growing season, an application at full rate at weeks 8 or 9 followed by a second at flowering may be beneficial if the crop value is high. This was a small lecture on application techniques employed for pesticides. In the next session we will discuss about development of hybrid seeds. Thank you.